scarf on. Oh, and now I have lipstick on too, and eyeliner. I don't wear a lot of makeup. It's not my thing. Um, to each his own. But years ago, I'm going to talk about a lot of different things. I'm going to put them on video. Years ago, um, in my youth, I've always been a go-getter. I've always worked and did different jobs. So years ago, in my 20s, I took the written exam for the police department to become a New York City police officer. Passed the written test. I mean, I think anybody who can form a sentence can pass that written test. Anyway, I scored high, like in the 90s. Then, and then this was 1980, I think 82. Um, yeah, it was after I had gotten mugged. Anyhow, I go I go down to the police academy when they had it on 20th Street, and I do the physical. I bounce over the wall like bing, nothing, because I'm still athletic, and get up, Or did they have the ropes? No, they didn't do that then. But I did everything, like excelled, like on the time. Instructor was like, "Wow, she's good," right? So then I start the investigation, the background check. Now, 80, 82, I was 22 years old. And I was divorced from my son's father. It was a very brief marriage. We basically, I would refer to him kidding around as we got older. I just called him Spermy. I don't know if you could say that. But he was never, he was never a father. Well, he saw my son intermittently, and that was actually a blessing. So, getting back to starting the investigation, you have to do a background check to become a police officer. So I'm going through the background checks and I'm getting all my stuff together. And well, lo and behold, during that same time frame, my then brother-in-law, whose name was Neil Ruggiero, was involved with some illegal activity. Um, there was Years ago, there was a gang called the Purple Gang. So my then brother-in-law was involved with these associates, these characters, and he was also involved with dealing heavy quantities of cocaine. I knew nothing of this because I had my son. I was married at the age of 18, um, became pregnant, and then went living back at my mother's house. So that it was very quick. It was like, oh shoot, she's gonna have a kid. Oh, I can't deal with this. No. Anyway, so that resulted in a divorce quickly, shortly thereafter. I think my son was about a year and a half when we finalized the divorce. Okay, so moving forward, getting back to the background check. Um, as I'm doing the background check, one of the they did anything that they could to stop it. So what they had me linked in. Here's where I'm going with this. They had me linked in with OC because of my then brother-in-law, because of what he was doing, and my right hand to God. My right hand to God. I had nothing to do with these people. I knew nothing of their activity. My eyes, right hand to God. These people were just. It was like young girl left my house, got married to leave my house, thinking I was going to live in, have this spectacular fantasy life, like, oh, Cinderella, because I'm always screaming, the prince is coming, I'm going to go live in my palace. My dream was to live in a house and have the picket fence and have 3 children and the station wagon. Fantasy, it's what we're fed. It's what society and the media and TV networks feed people. So anyway, getting back to the background check, they had me linked in with OC. No, not me, not me. And then with that, then my so crazy. Then my husband at the time but we weren't married. He was dead set against it. He was like, because I was doing NYPD to get on the job. I was doing the background check for corrections. I didn't do state police. Um, but so anyway, that's what I wanted to do. But they did that, and turns out that later on in life, I find out that concurrently, when I was doing all these background checks, they that the then brother-in-law was linked into these charges that he had. He actually went to a federal penitentiary. So, but it's all nonsense. And then also too, there was the history, my name, my father, Kubas, and how they did him dirty and they killed him and shot him in his back 16 times, and then they attempted to falsify the death certificate. I can't make this stuff up. I mean, this is all actual real stuff that's happened in my life. So, yeah, they were like, no, she ain't gonna become a cop. It's all a blessing because everything happens for a reason. Because, you know, I mean, who knows what would happen. But anyway, moving forward now, fast forward now, then I become a civilian. I become a little police administrative aide. Go over. What a joke. I mean, okay, listen, we had to do training, right? So this was back in 1985. It was December 9th, 1985. I put my 15 cents down at 370 J Street. I raised my right hand. I solemnly swear to abide by the rules and regulations of the New York City Transit Authority and affiliation with the New York City Transit Police. Yes, ma'am. Here you go. Get this, get fingerprinted. Let's go. So, but I was okay to be a civilian, right? Oh, I was okay to be a civilian. So it's all a game. See what they want to do and what they've been doing. This back then they had the 3-in-1 rule. Three candidates, only one is going to get hired. And what they were doing back then in the 80s, they were eliminating and excluding minorities, right? They were eliminating and excluding minorities. So now, because they only wanted, you know, Cupcake Long Island, Cupcake Orange, Rockland, Dutchess County, Ulster County, you know, blonde hair, blue eyed, because they want to keep, you know, they want to conform with the way that things have been conformed. So anyway, yeah, it's a bunch of BS. So now moving forward, now going ahead, because of all the hypocrisy that happens in these agencies and the horrific experience my family had, and now bringing it to the current 2015, I go to report my son as a missing person. My son has some mental health issues. He has substance abuse. All right, terrible thing. Try to report him missing. This freaking mutt. Oh, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. He's of age. He's of age. He's in Westchester. I was like, but the last known location was here. His license is here. Now you gotta go to Mount Vernon. Call Mount Vernon. They won't do it. They won't do it. A bunch of, you know what? I'll say, I don't want to use the words on how I feel about how they run stuff. No disrespect to anybody, but here's the bottom line. When you work for the people, you accommodate the people. You don't accommodate what you want to accommodate and what you don't want to accommodate, because that's the game that they play. So moving fast forward, like I said, this clown Mutt didn't want to take the report, and it kept going on and on and on. This addiction progresses. His mental health worsens. Later on, I have the cops here, the troopers here. I have each and every incident on my camera recorded and written at the time. I tried to get the information. They told me, oh no, you can't. It has to come from a lawyer. But all right. Snooze. I gotta pray a little bit. So, yeah, it's the biggest scams that you can have going is municipalities that do not serve the public for what the needs are of the public. So going back to that time period with my son, I had the cops here over 30 times, right? Then he's in a crazy state. He goes ahead and he makes some complaint over the phone and calls the New York State troopers, telling them that I committed insurance fraud. They come here, they try to lock me up. I look to the left, to the dude to the left, to the dude to the right. I said, it'd be the worst decision you ever made, pal. Let me just tell you right now. Because number one, no call is to be made to be given a report. Because you don't do that. You have to go to the barrack, or you have to have them come to your location. All right? Guy looked at one was like, this bitch ain't playing. Let's wrap this up. Let's get going. Do you want to know something, the New York State Troopers? Because I know you want. You don't have any incident reports of coming to my house. How is it that you have no incident reports when I have you on camera? Can you explain that to me like I were a 2-year-old still in my diapers with shit in my pants? Can you explain it to me? Because you're full of it. So anyhow, that's the story. A lot of stories there. Lots of unwrap. Well, yeah. They're all full of it. You know what? And they continue to be full of it. So we just have to keep putting the spotlight on them. Like, they want to put the spotlight on people. You want to interrogate, like now my stuff has been doxxed. And whoever did it, you know what? What you do to people, it comes back to you. It comes back to you in ways that, you know, blow your mind. But on that note, I gotta go. I got things to do. Because I'm definitely going to be having well, maybe I won't have hat hair because I have my oil in it. On that note, I gotta go. The washing machine's almost done. The dryer's calling, and then it's time to go. Have a good day, everybody. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and keep speaking up. Always talk about stuff. Always talk about stuff. Because look at what's happening now. Look at what the United States has greenlit to kill thousands and thousands of people. It's because it's all about Israel. And why is it all about Israel? We're gonna go into the color spectrum of that conversation on the next video. They want the white power rule. That's what they want to do. Yep. Zionists, it's the worst. And Jews, I'm actually of a Jewish lineage, which I never knew. Grandfather, Russian Jew grandfather. Who the hell knew that? I thought I was Italian and Swedish from my mother. But yeah, all lies. Anyway, I'll be back. Have a good one. Bye.